I'm Mayor Brandon Sakbun, and welcome to Mondays with the Mayor. We're out at our city cleanup. We've got wastewater, the street department, a lot of volunteers, and of course, Jim Schneider from Code Enforcement. Jim, before we get into everything, can you just tell us briefly, how did you end up here at your role?
Well, I ended up in my role after being a police officer with the city of Terre, Haute for 30 years. I retired. I was retired for about a year, realized that I wasn't, quite done working with the city and trying to help out. And I got the opportunity to come back as Director of Code Enforcement, and I took it. And I'm very glad that I did.
Good. So tell us a little bit about Code Enforcement for viewers who have never heard of it or just aren't quite sure.
Sure. Well, what Code Enforcement is, it's actually a division of the Terre Haute Police Department. It's its own unit. The officers in Code Enforcement are not police officers. They don't carry weapons. But what they do is they enforce city code. So whereas a police officer would most likely go out and enforce state and federal statutes, we enforce city code, which is law of the city. We write the citations. Once we'll write a citation, it goes through the legal process, just like anything else. Then the court has to make a determination how to end the case.
Good. So just to confirm, you guys don't adjudicate, right? That is the judicial branch.
Right, absolutely. The judicial branch takes care of it. They have a long backlog, and it takes time. So if you call Code Enforcement today or use the 311 system, which we highly recommend, it's going to take a month or two to get through the system. But trust me, it will get addressed if you contact us, and call the office at any time, and we can let you know the status of the case. If you use the 311 system, make sure you put an email address or a phone number for a text. That's an automated system so that every action that we take, you will receive an email or a notification of where that case stands.
What's that office number one more time for us?
244-2716. 812-244-2716.
So how helpful are these cleanups? We used to just do them all here. We've started doing 4 locations, but from a Code Enforcement perspective, do you see a little bit less out there when we do these?
Yeah, I think you see a little bit less. It gives homeowners, a lot of times it gives landlords the opportunity to clean up properties. I think it's good for the taxpayer that they have a place to drop items, and it's even better now because they've got locations scattered throughout the city.
Good. Well, thank you so much for all that you do. I've got one final question, because a lot of people have always thought that animal control is a completely separate division. Can you walk us through how that is underneath you and some of the new purchases that you've made?
Yeah, animal control is actually a division of Code Enforcement. So if you call Code Enforcement, you're also going to get animal control, or if you call animal control, you're going to get Code Enforcement. Here again, they both work out of the same office. We have 2 officers that are dedicated animal control officers, but every Code Enforcement officer has the ability and the equipment to serve as an animal control officer. Our guys are on call 24/7. We've got equipment in the vehicles that we took over a program about 2 years ago to where we got the same equipment in every vehicle. So if you call the police department after hours about an aggressive animal, the officers are going to evaluate the situation. If they need Code Enforcement out there, they'll call us and we'll come out.
And we just approved some purchases for you guys, right? Those were some new animal tranquilizers. How do we word those?
Yeah, we ordered tranquilizer guns. The industry calls them projectors, so they don't confuse them with a real gun, but it's called a projector in the industry. And what they are is they're less lethal. They look like a .22 rifle when you get them from the factory. We're going to put some red tape on them to indicate that they're less lethal, so folks don't think we're out there in the middle of the city popping off rounds. But they're for darts. Good.
Well, thank you for all that you do. We've seen a lot of great improvements, and I know a lot of times neighbors call, oh my gosh, what's going on? And well, it's because we're waiting on a court date.
Sure.
But we'll make sure that individuals reach out. We love doing the city cleanups. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Jim.
Appreciate you, Mayor.
Absolutely.
Thank you.